I am now 3 sips into my second beer, so you are correct.
All right, we'll just start the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Analytical Fanboys. I am your host, Chris Boinger Gaston. With me, as always, are these chuckle fucks. Say hello, chuckle fucks.
Hello, I'm Buster.
Watch out, boys! We've been boingoed again. I'm Simeon.
Oh no.
And I didn't have the best of times, but my name is Cody.
This episode we are talking about the and I'm using this word because it's important. Classic anime record of Lodoss War.
Am I the only one besides Boingo who enjoyed this?
We'll find out. But yeah, no. I picked Record of Lodoss War. It is a 1990 OVA anime, classic high fantasy. If you don't know what the difference between high fantasy and low fantasy is there were once dragons, they're all dead now. High fantasy is there's too many fucking dragons.
That's a good way to put it.
So this is very much on the too many fucking dragons end of things. And it's just a classic influential anime. And I have a feeling there's going to be some discussion. So, Cody, what did you think?
Oh, going right to.
So I like some classic anime. There are some old as shit animes that I'm a very big fan of. And part of me, I'll say this first. I was wondering if you were trolling me or trolling us with this pick. And I don't think you were. And that's okay. I kind of got the vibes of what is that horrible the ghost stories thing or whatever.
Oh,
did you watch the dub?
Yeah, the horrible dub.
Yeah, the dub ain't great on this.
It was catching me so off guard, and also I think the music was just bringing me to a old fantasy movie. It was just like It was definitely me. Yeah, it was.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. Is it the live action He-Man?
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't find where to go in this. Like I could not get into it. It was boring in the same way that like I understood, and I'm not going to say I understand that this is great or anything like that because I'm not towards that either. But I'm sure people like it. I'll say that. I'm sure people have their thing. I just don't think this is for me. And this is definitely the part of me that like used to think magic and knights and stuff were boring in most media, and then I started playing Oblivion and stuff like that, and getting more into things like that. And I mean that's technically also high fantasy, and I mean I guess those are the only parts I like about this. Like the dragons, I would be interested in, but like Lord Almighty, the dub does not do.
Yeah.
I almost switched it back, is what I'll tell you. I almost put it back on Japanese to see if it was a different.
Okay, so let's make this a good sandwich. Buster, let's get your thoughts.
All right, Record of Lodoss War. It's all right. I like it. Like I think I liked. I thought the dub was competent. I watched both the Japanese and English, and I thought both were pretty slick. In terms of just like delivery, lots of fun character interactions. It was mostly. I think my enjoyment mostly came from novelty of like being a fan of stuff like Dungeon Meshi, where it's like a lot of the like tropes that Dungeon Meshi subverts and like takes like influence from come from like start here and then like go forward. Very nice animation, very very pretty like 90s cell animation. Just like OVA, you can tell this is like during the OVA money dump where they just dumped a bunch of money into these direct-to-video projects, and it's not really the most subversive or like most interesting story, but I like the character interactions really carried it, and I thought there was some very pretty animation.
Oh yeah, a lot of the single bits of like characters looking out into the distance are like very nicely rendered.
Yeah.
What kind of name is fucking Diglett?
Deedlet.
I know.
Dude, I fucking love Deedlet. The way she always shows up and just immediately goes Deedlet, Deed. Favorite fucking character. Oh my god.
Okay, you're fucking going on D-Lit, and there's a man right there named Woodchuck.
That ain't even as hard to accept or believe. One of our teachers was named Chuck. If he could have been named Woodchuck, you could tell me right now today and say his name is
The
actually
main
Woodchuck, and I'd be like,
character's
yes,
name
yes.
is Parm. Man is a fucking cheese.
Okay, with that,
Cheese.
let's finish the sandwich. Sim, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so for all that clowning, I do want to say I think it's interesting that Boingo kind of introduced this, saying like, "Oh, it's very much a high fantasy," and defining the difference between high and low fantasy. Because I think I've gone on the record several times on the channel saying like, I'm very much a middle of the road kind of guy when it comes to fantasy. Like, I like low fantasy, but where I really thrive is that like middle of the ground sword and sorcery kind of vibe. Like Conan was the thing that unlocked the part of my brain that likes fantasy. However, high fantasy kind of hard for me to vibe with sometimes. Like I am very much a contrarian in I think Lord of the Rings is fucking stupid and boring. And this very much strikes me. But this very much strikes me as like baby's first other fantasy thing, like non big name fantasy thing. I'm sure it's a big name in Japan, but like this really has the vibe of, oh, I just read Lord of the Rings for the first time, or oh, I just read a bunch of Marvel Conan comics for the first time. I want to read something else fantasy. I'm at the library. Here's a book I've never heard of before, but it has a cool painted cover. I'm gonna check this out and read it over the weekend. That's what this kind of feels like to me. Is it's just one of those other kind of generic but not necessarily bad fantasy stories where it's like clearly there's a lot of playing with tropes here, maybe even some establishing of tropes, and you can easily like insert D&D campaign-esque things into it, but there's not really a lot of meat on the bone other than that. Like I didn't dislike it, but I also didn't vibe with it. I just kind of felt like I was along for the ride with this of just like, yeah, I mean, this is a fantasy story and it's competently done and it's got a cute elf lady in it with a stupid fucking name, but whatever.
You're not gonna let go of that name, are you?
No. You know what else I'm not going to let go of? I looked it up. There is only a PBC statue and a Nendoroid of her. There's no fucking Figma. What the hell is going on, Good Smile Company? Do I have to make all the toys myself?
I did see a garage kit for D.
Yeah, there's that as well.
And that's also the problem of like it is an older show, so like there's not a ton of contemporary merch for it.
But I mean, like, who doesn't want a Figma or a Figuarts to put next to their Freyrin and Zelda and whatever the fucking bitch from Dungeon Meshy's name
Ganon?
is?
I mean, here's the thing: you're saying like, oh, for Japan, it probably codified tropes. This is where the Japanese elf girl comes from.
Yeah.
Like any elf girl you've seen in Japanese fantasy, you can trace their lineage back to Deedlit.
I mean, it is a very basic like I can take care of myself, but I'm still a woman Japanese love story.
Yeah. But also it's the way that the ears are done and the big shoulders and all that kind
I hate
of
the
stuff.
fucking shoulder pads. That's my least favorite part of her design. I'm like, that's kind of the Lord of the Rings sneaking in, where I'm like, those are too fucking ornate. Nobody would actually wear those traveling through the wilderness. What in the goddamn are you doing?
Okay, but consider it looks cool.
Yeah, consider
what looks
cool.
With this, especially it being 90s, is like,
yeah,
I don't know, being a Gundam fan, like, I guess in the preamble we were talking about 79, like, that was one of the first, like, old animes that I had ever interacted with, that and, like, the original Ghost in the Shell, like, the movie and the long, not the movie, I saw the movie, old show, so, like, I know the voice acting ain't gotta be like that, like, I know it ain't gotta be that way.
This was in the era where like anime dubs were made extraordinarily cheap, and it was just whoever we could grab. There wasn't like any kind of spit and polish to it.
There's a little bit of
And you guys are really hung up on the voice acting.
I mean,
fair.
you
It's
hear
gotta get me
that
in
fucking, you hear
It
that
is a
fucking
big-
lady yell "porn" enough times, and you're gonna get mad at her.
I guess.
We talked a good about Deedlit, and I have a feeling we're gonna keep talking about Deedlit because she is a big part of the show.
She's arguably the main character with how much
well-
focus she gets.
I mean, she's one of the co-main leads, right up with Parn,
Mhm.
who is your typical hot-blooded shonen. I want to be a hero. Oh, I need to learn the actual consequences of heroism.
Yeah. Well, he's not a bad version of that.
Soft boy too.
Not a bad version of that trope, I'd say.
No.
Like, actually, I got pretty like into it.
And then we also had Woodchuck the Thief.
Yeah.
Eto the Cleric.
Yeah, honestly, okay, I'll be honest. Besides Deedlit and Parn, I didn't really get like too invested in the wider cast. I mean, there was like a couple moments, like I mean, Woodchuck had some moments where just like, yeah, that's a funny guy, but it's like, I don't know, I didn't like the wider like.
The Berserker duo were a fun like Six Ranger-esque addition to the cast.
Yeah, I don't really.
Also,
I don't really.
neat parallel and also like mirroring of Parn and Deedlit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just thought they were just like extra characters. I never really like considered them part of the crew because of how late they joined.
Yeah. Orson and Shiras.
Yeah, that's the other thing with this is like for okay, here's the point where you can start just info dumping Boingo. Did you not say like to us off mic at some point that this was like based on a role-playing game? Because I really got like D&D party vibes in some of those middle episodes.
Damn it, I was gonna do a whole big super eye patch wolf versus wolves-esque twist. Fuck you. Yeah, that's the whole big twist. We weren't actually watching an anime. We're watching a D&D actual play.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was very much the vibe I got in a lot of those middle episodes.
We watched the late 80s, early 90s equivalent of Critical Role, Dimension 20, those things.
What's the one that they made an animated series of on Amazon?
Critical Role.
Critical Role.
Okay.
Like Critical Role is probably the closest contemporary example of like what we just watched.
Meaning, like, surely not that like the voices are that like that's them acting out them playing it.
What happened was a magazine was like, oh hey, it's been 1 year in like the 80s. It's been 1 year since D&D was translated into Japanese and released here in Japan. So in kind of like celebration of it and also to get new people into the game, hey, you writer, why don't you set up a game of D&D and do a replay of it? And I'll explain what a replay is in a second.
Oh, so it was actually connected to D&D itself. I thought it was like another role-playing game based on D&D.
I will get to that in a second because that's a fascinating thing.
Okay.
So they start a D&D campaign and they start publishing replays, which is basically like one part recap of the campaign, one part script of what they said and what they did as their characters. And those got so popular, the DM was like, oh, let me just write a light novel of this. He got the permissions of all the players to use their characters and wrote basically a version of the story from their campaign as the story, and that got popular and got turned into an anime.
Damn.
Wow.
So when you're saying, oh, it feels kind of bare bones and basic and kind of like baby's first fantasy story, yeah, you're right, because it was all the players' first fantasy story. It was them getting into it. They hadn't.
It's almost like I have a good grasp of the genre now or something.
Yeah, but like that's literally what happened. It's like, oh, they wanted to play D&D, all that kind of stuff, and it just snowballed from there. So here's a question: does that change your perception of the anime in any way, knowing that it was based on this like game that people played and then turned into something more?
I mean, I think I can give it a little more leniency for some of the parts where the story drags a bit,
that
but
red
not.
dragon pulled directly out of one of the fucking miniatures from D?
Well,
Probably.
here's the thing. Colored dragons are a big thing lore-wise in D&D. But put an asterisk, put a pin in that, we'll get to it.
I mean, that bit at the end of the opening where they're like post up and then like 6 dragon heads pull up behind them, I'm like, oh, that's a fucking lore thing.
Yeah, that's Tiamat, basically.
Yeah.
So the dwarf feels like Golden Axe. Like there was several scenes that reminded me of like I could be watching some sort of Golden Axe thing.
Well, I mean, it's probably influenced Golden Axe.
Yeah.
Probably influenced Golden Axe. Probably influenced the 80s D&D cartoon to some extent.
But if you actually know,
this is from the 90s though.
Yeah,
no.
Start of the 90s. Yeah.
And here's the thing.
I keep forgetting that because this kind of animation, I just think old as fuck.
D&D also wasn't super popular in Japan. This was like the first big thing that made it popular because tabletop RPGs weren't a big thing because JRPGs became popular before tabletop games took off.
Yeah,
so
like Dragon
everybody
Quest,
who wanted their
Final Fantasy.
RPG fix went to Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and everything. And like literally the magazine was like, hey, this is where those games got their inspiration from. Try it. Because I'm pretty sure the people that published the translated versions of D&D published the magazine. It was cross-promotion.
And is there a big D&D scene in Japan today? Because I don't feel like I've ever heard about that either way.
No, and we'll get to that. We will get to that in just one second. But like, there's other elements in the anime that, if you know old school D&D, start making a lot more sense. They're very distinctly, clearly D&D classes: cleric, wizard, fighter, elf, dwarf. Because in early D&D, elf and dwarf were their own classes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was going to be like my next question is like, so is Deedlit actually a big iconic character in Japan? Is it an actual crime that she doesn't have a Figma?
Yes, actually it is. Because do you remember the Capcom D&D beat 'em ups?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Capcom in the 90s made 2 beat 'em ups based off of the D&D license. Here's the thing, that was actually the second choice. Their initial one was Record of Lodoss War. They wanted to make a Record of Lodoss War beat 'em up.
Wow.
Like, it's little things like that is like, oh, this influenced a lot of otaku in its day.
That's crazy, because I wouldn't think beat 'em up as the style of game to adapt this in, considering like how one-on-one a lot of the fights in this are.
Your character versus the guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think beat 'em up is usually when I think that, I think the fighting style is it's you versus a bunch of like weaker enemies building up to one big guy.
But also, I want to point this out. Before Record of Lodoss War, there weren't a ton of European medieval fantasy stories. Like, that kind of kickstarted the genre in Japan. So you can kind of basically say this not necessarily paved the way, but made it more accessible for publishers to go like, okay, yeah, let's do Berserk, right? Let's do
How many Zeldas had come out by this point though? Because Zelda
a couple,
is 80s.
like Link to the Past was about to come out.
Link to the Past was about to come out, but Link to the Past isn't medieval fantasy.
Yeah. I can see like Ocarina of Time being more influenced by Lodoss War.
Yeah, Zelda is more sword and sorcery than it is high fantasy.
But that's like, this led to a lot of that high fantasy stuff. And you were talking about, I'll explain this now. You were talking about like, oh, is D&D popular in Japan? No, because you want to know what happened? Record of Lodoss War got so popular that they were like going to D&D and saying like, hey, this is a thing. We should probably team up and do something. And the people who owned D&D at the time said no. They didn't want to work with.
Now you're dealing with Chrissy Pissy Cox's Hasbro, so that probably never.
Oh, now never. Because guess what? The company that published the magazine, published the translated versions of D&D, was like, all right, fuck you. We'll make our own game.
What did they make?
They made Sword World, which is the preeminent fantasy tabletop RPG in Japan.
Neat.
So much so that basically any fantasy thing that wants to make an RPG, a TRPG in Japan, teams up with them to make a product. Goblin Slayer, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, I can't remember which one it did it, but one of those, they teamed up with this group to make their thing. And if you look at what Sword World did, continuing and building off, that basically creates the rest of Japanese anime fantasy. It's all right there. Like the thing you go like, oh, why are all these bunny girls and bunny characters and animal people all around Japanese fantasy? It's from Sword World. Why are these specific archetypes here? Oh, because of Sword World.
Well, congratulations, you
eminently
cracked the
fascinating.
code.
It's from that. So knowing all that esoteric lore, does the anime change at all in your opinion?
Sure, I guess.
I mean, it takes it from Baby's first non-big name fantasy franchise to like, oh, this is a neat historical artifact, but like, I'm not buying the Blu-ray tomorrow.
This is also sort of my way to be able to go like, hey, I want to talk about TTRPGs with my friends, and I know I can't just force them to play a TTRPG.
You could have done it. You could have done like a one shot.
No,
you could have done a one shot.
This is not the way to.
That would have been a really okay. No, I'm with Buster here. That would have been a really fun way to kind of like play with the format of this show for Boingo to just be like, okay, next time just show up an hour earlier than normal, and we're gonna do a D&D one shot blind. I'm making you character cards and everything.
You know what? That could just go in the back pocket, but
yeah.
And once you forget about it. But I just think it's a neat, interesting, like, oh, the people who make D&D have always been kind of stupid, making bad business decisions, and it has affected aspects of entertainment that we are not super cognizant over, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't even to mention like things that like an influence. There's a video game developer called Vanillaware, and I can see a lot of Lodoss War and like their art style. Like their recent game Unicorn Overlord is basically very. It reminds me a lot of like the art style reminds me a lot of like the artwork in this show. Let me go grab an image of the box art to give an idea. Yeah, Unicorn Overlord. I know a lot of my friends have been telling me, I gotta play this, and I'm like, I'll get to it. Just watching so much things.
It kind of looks like this meets the Mythic Legions sort of character design philosophy.
Yeah.
But the Sword World is already up to like a super big like that was the latest edition in 2018. They're still making source books for it. Like it's still a popular RPG system over in Japan. All that kind of jazz.
So should we hop on Sword World? Is what you're saying?
That's a lot cooler.
You know what? That here's the thing. I didn't want to force you guys to do a hobby that you wouldn't have enjoyed. So I was just like, let's use the format and talk about a thing in a certain way. You know what I mean?
I guess, but like I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's like, speaking for like, if I may speak for Simeon and Cody, like it's like if they're, I don't know, just go full hog with it. Go full hog.
I mean, there is that, but it's also like I am glad I've seen this now that I can add it to my lexicon of shit I've seen. Like this feels like something that I could pull on like another Western fantasy fan I meet at some point of just like, oh, you don't. Somebody will get in my face and be like, "What? You don't like Lord of the Rings?" And I'm like, "Bitch, you haven't even watched Record of Lodoss War."
Oh, so now you have another thing to be a dick about.
A little bit, but like you know, I would say it that way. It's like a joke to me. But also, I guess I can throw this out there because I can feel the conversation starting to flounder a little bit. So I'll just contribute to that. This did give me a new appreciation for the Rule 34 artist community.
Oh my God.
Just kind of casting around looking for shit to extra material to enjoy about this show. I was like, just what's out there? How much is out there? And it's like 14 pages, at least on the site I looked at. But it's like it starts with that very like pretty ornate hand drawn shit that somebody like photocopied into the computer, and then it becomes a bunch of AI slop, and then like hand or computer artists take back over and they're like crossing it over with other modern fantasy stuff. Like there's very funny looking art of Frerin and characters from this. I'll say.
Anyway,
Alright,
everyone
how-
should yell at
real
the
quick,
credit
how
card
old are all these
companies.
characters?
They're all over 18.
Yeah,
I think
over
everyone in this show is an adult.
Thank God.
I think
I think the
Frerin
only
herself
character
is
that
an
might be young is like Layla,
Anyway,
and that's the character that Gim is trying to save.
so
Boingo,
final thoughts?
none of us memorized the character names
The
outside of
dwarf,
the main
the dwarf
duo.
is trying to save.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They kept cutting back to him being like sad about shit, and I never fully cognized what that was.
He got injured earlier on and was saved by a kindly woman, Layla, and she got possessed by the evil witch, who then possessed Woodchuck.
There is a joke in this I do really like. I don't know how you jogged my memory to this saying that, Boingo, but like during the obligatory we're all at a ball at the castle and wearing fancy clothes episode, when Deedlit goes back over to hang out with the rest of the party, she says something like, "It's really boring just standing in a group laughing with all the other women." And I'm like, that's such a hilarious commentary on that fantasy trope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I just don't really have like I was like, oh man, I don't really as Simeon said, there's not really much thematic or like meat to like chew on. It just kind of like, yeah, that was nice.
I suppose the biggest thing to really talk about as far as like the overarching story is concerned is just like, do you buy Deedlit and Parm falling in love and becoming a couple by the end of the show?
Yeah.
I wanted to sell my connection to most of these characters by the end of the show anyway.
Oh my god, Cody!
Jesus.
I'll say it
paid
wasn't like I was
$10
super.
to watch this, by the way. It was the
That
only
was
Oh my
your
God.
choice. You could have put on an eye patch.
I actually do not have anything that could do that unless I do it.
Oh,
I have nothing but consoles here, and you can only be legal unless you're
Okay.
really brave, and I'm not.
fair.
But regular Lodoss War,
It was
overall, it exists.
I'm sorry, Boingo. This is that like now we must ask the biggest question: is this a bigger or lesser miss than Monument Mythos?
I knew Monument Mythos was going to be a hard sell for anything.
The thumbnail for this show should just be like that Marge Simpson meme, but you replace her face with Boingo's TV head, and you put Lodoss and Monument Mythos and maybe like one or two other things I can't think of right now, and I just think they're neat.
Literally, that's kind of, I either strike entirely gold and platinum, or I give you dog shit and like force you to eat it.
Even then, this
Listen.
wasn't dog shit. It was just kind of it was gruel. It was bland. It was like, yeah, this is we'll eat this, but it's not like it would not be anybody but your first choice.
In the very same way, not in the very same way. Again, sorry. In a similar fashion, I liked the Dragon Age games, but whenever the new one came out, I bought it, excited for it, excited to play it with my friends. I hated that fuck. And I didn't think it was a bad game per se. It just I could not give more of a shit. Or, I mean, less of a shit. I couldn't find any shit to give about it. I would log on and sit there and I'm like, damn, I don't want to be here. And I don't know why.
Not gonna
Actually,
lie,
wait,
I'm a little worried about feeling that way about the Oblivion remaster whenever I finally get around to buying it.
Wait, correction.
No, I like it.
There is a bigger miss than this and Monument Mythos from Boingo. It is, what's the story Morning Glory from Oasis? That was awful.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't
Like I
on
said,
that episode, so mine
You
is
dodged
still
a
back.
bullet. You
Mine
dodged
is
a
still
bullet.
back.
We started that episode going like, oh yeah, Oasis is pretty good. And by the end of it, we're just fuck them.
Yeah, just like, nah, not for us. But like, nah, this is just kind of like, that was nice.
But that wasn't a miss as far as entertainment value goes, because we all collectively died. Like we all fucking pivoted. Something infected the party, and
I think it was me having listened to their whole discography and just going like, it's all the same fucking thing. It's all the same shit.
Oh, you had a Motorhead experience?
Anyway, should we just let Cody pick what's next?
Yeah.
I love. Wait, that's not a dig.
Hold on, look, real quick. I enjoy Record of Lodoss War. I think just because I went into the anime knowing the history of, oh, they got screwed over by D&D, they made their own game, it's still running, it was influenced all this other anime that we know. I went into it going like, I am observing a Rosetta Stone of anime rather than what you guys experienced, which was just an anime.
You went in all gassed up. You went in with all the
I wish I was
foreknowledge
Rosetta
that we
Stone.
didn't have. Where like you like watch. You're like me, where I knew I liked the Fantastic Four, and then BMAS's video came out, and I was like, oh, actually, I think I love the Fantastic Four. Let me go read some Fantastic Four. Yeah, I love the Fantastic Four. Holy shit!
All right, Cody, what do you got for us?
How do we feel about watching a movie?
Always got for a movie.
One movie.
Oh boy,
one movie. Okay,
a movie I haven't seen. It's a new movie.
Oh,
it's pretty new. We'll all be able to find it and watch it easily.
Okay.
It is The Wild Robot.
I've seen this. Oh, let's go!
I have been looking for an excuse to check this out.
Hell
I'm
yeah!
excited. I'm actually excited. Yeah, Wild Robot. I think Boingo, you saw this one, right?
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too. So yeah, I can talk. Yeah, you talk about that. All right. So next month, Wild Robot from DreamWorks. So
That's great.
There's actually also Boingo. If you need extra research, there's this is based on a book series. So
all right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I only have to spend a night watching that. Even if by some bizarre chance I don't like it, I only lose a night to it. That's the kind of AF pick I love. Like that's the other thing I really liked about Lodoss was it was only a week out of my month.
I'm looking through my previous picks, and it is hit or miss. Puppet History, then Doom, which all of you were like, I just rambled on for an hour, and that's it. Monument Mythos. Then Murder Falcon. Y'all like Murder Falcon.
Yeah, Murder Falcon ruled.
Yeah.
Trigun.
Then
Oasis. Then Twin Peaks.
Trigun was my first anime, so I mean,
Twin Peaks we all liked.
Kingdom Come. Yeah, I had a good run, and then I ruined it.
Thanks, Boingo. Anyway, do you want to plug your stuff, Boingo? So
yes, hi, I'm Boingo. You can find me in a variety of places on YouTube at Boingo Writer, on Twitch at /Boingo Writer, and on Bluesky at Boingo Writer. In the meantime, Buster, would you tell the people where they can find you?
Cody can do it first.
My name is Snow Cody Cone 83, and Boingo Router shall now be known as damn it, I can't remember the funny name. Kill me, eviscerate me on the spot, splice me open. I don't care anymore. I'm done.
Simeon?
And suck me, fuck me, or ice road truck me. I'm Simeon. My shit's kind of in flux at the moment for weird reasons that may not even be. Actually, Boingo, when do you think this is dropping?
Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, for reasons that won't be unveiled for another few days. So I guess just go look at the link tree in the video description and find me wherever you can.
And I'm Buster Corp, aka Buster Corp. I do too many videos on too many things. I also run on Modular, the Toku Talkers podcast with my good friend Wyatt. We're talking all sorts of Gozuger, Ultraman. We're talking about Zets when that happens, a Combinator. So get ready for that. And if you want to see all the other funny little podcasts we do on the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the previous Analytical Fanboys. Check out the previous Modular Components. Or the upcoming ones. They're coming in this month. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. So yeah. And that's going to do it for this Record of Lodoss War episode. We'll see you next month for the Wild Robot from DreamWorks.
Let's go!
All right, they're now in the sphere of influence, and we can just get some pre-roll, all that jazz.
And by pre-roll, you mean finish this Lego.
Cody,
Ooh, Legos!
I just want to say, if you pick Gundam for the third time in a row, I'm gonna get a little mad.
I could.
I mean,
I
Cody
could do
Here's the
that.
thing: it wouldn't be Gundam third time in a row. It would be Gundam third time for you in a row.
Yeah,
That's
like,
true.
you left just when he did Motor City, and then he did Star Wars, and then Cody has
And then
other things.
Midnight Gospel.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was here for Midnight Gospel.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I just
Those are
remembered that
comebacks.
too.
What did I pick before that? That was Gundam.
Last
HMS
Gundam
Team
game.
and Witcher Mercury?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did AFMS team, which was good, and which from Mercury, which I was the only one who didn't like.
Oh, yeah, we just bullied you.
You'll be like, oh, you
Bullied
don't
you for
understand.
40 minutes.
But also, I'm also remembering that time Boingo picked a Gundam show, and I found it incredibly boring.
Oh, yeah, I
Thunderbolt?
picked Unicorn.
Oh no, I thought Thunder. Why did I thought
Oh, I
Thunderbolt?
love Unicorn. I love all of it almost. So why would I even?
Oh, speaking of Cody, have you finished G-Clex yet?
I've not finished it. I do have some formulating opinion.
All right,
I
wait till
love
you
the
finish
art
it.
style.
See, that's why I said that. Is I thought you were gonna pick G-Quacks
No,
just
I'm
so
not
you
That
have
would
an
that would be
excuse to talk
terrible. That would be a
about it.
terrible pick.
I'm
That would-
watching it myself, so like I'm not.
Yeah, and also
Okay.
like knowing what I know about that show, that would be a terrible pick because especially because you haven't watched the OG series.
Oh yeah, God no. No.
That's another
If
thing.
I
I need
was
to
gonna
finish.
pick anything, it
I
would be
watched
like
the
the
compilation
original.
movies.
I need to finish. I need to finish 79 before I watch Quacks.
Yeah,
Talking about like the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
yeah, like 79. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I would pick that maybe, but that's not my pick.
Yeah. No. Hey, you got your pick in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody, this is just a thing I've been thinking. Did you see Steady Craftsman making Sofubi?
Sofubi?
No, I didn't. But you're my second friend who's told me about that. Who I think I maybe did. I didn't introduce. I don't think I did.
No,
Did we both
I think
know?
we both found Steady Craftsman independently.
I know I introduced Delta, but y'all both are saying some shit to me, so I've been slacking on some steady craft, and I obviously know because I have not seen that video. The last one I saw, last one I watched, it was the Savu. Is that video old?
No, it just is like 3 weeks old because he's figured out how to do like a makeshift one, and now he's figured out a way to do it more in the traditional style of.
It might have been the makeshift that I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, might need to look into that because I've been. Can you 3D print Sofubies, or is that like not possible?
No.
Okay.
That's the thing. He was trying to figure out a way to do it, but it's a big industrial process. Because
okay.
Isn't it like making plastic chairs?
I think that's injection, isn't it?
No, I think a lot of plastic chairs and like suitcases are instead of injection mold, it's like hot press two things together.
That's that's a different type of molding, but I know what you're talking about. Buster, Steady Crafton is a guy who is like a maker crafts guy, but a lot of his projects are independent toys. So he just likes playing with like how to make toys and everything.
Okay, because I might need that for something in the future.
So
no, you need him in your life in general.
Honestly. In general, he's also he is like one part Bob Ross, one part Muppet.
Yeah, I already see a Muppet. I already see a Muppet character on screen. That's great. I'm gonna subscribe right now because it's like, I have been considering making merchandise for some shit that I'm working on, and I'm like, oh, it would be so cool to get like little vinyls of the characters of the stuff I'm working on. But I'm like, I legitimately
3D resin printer would get you exactly what you want. I think at the same scale.
Yeah, I am so surprised that garage kits aren't a bigger thing in the anime community right now, considering how prevalent resin 3D printers are.
Yeah, and I also just like I think like making it, I can do it, but like I think the problem right now I'm running into is I have no idea how to ship all this shit.
Here's the thing: the making is also going to be a hassle and a half.
Yeah, I know the making. Like making, I'm saying I can invest in the making and I can learn how to do that. It's more about like okay, I don't want to like shipping is going to be hard, especially whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All this stuff is stuff I would love to have in just a big studio for me and Cody to just make shit and then just go like, hey, you also want to make it? Here we go. Let's teach you.
Yeah.
I think that's just a feature of Discord on the PlayStation. Just randomly kicks you out of shit.
Strange.
Weird. Yeah, I'll try to talk to some people about like because I want to do like toy stuff like I think I need to like talk like because my parents have been like considering like just like like they do want me to do more things and I'm like I'll just ask them about like hey you guys have shipped stuff before can I ask like yeah we'll see.
There's a lot of things I just go like that would be really fun to try and do as like a project, especially considering my friends who are artists and VTubers and the things that we have like that creatively we can just make like
Buster.
think about resin printers. We could just make Crazy Bones. We could just make our own Crazy Bones.
Oh, I know. Well, you could do a lot of good things with a lot of interesting materials with resin printers and 3D printers, but the Go-Go's Crazy Bones, I believe, are injection molded, so they are like solid.
Yes, true. I am more saying.
Get that.
I'm more saying.
Yeah, you can make little guys. You can make.
We can make little guys like Crazy Bones.
There's the little desktop one that's like literally designed for making tabletop mini.
Yeah.
Its tray is the size of like big enough to get like a large tabletop mini.
And that's another thing.
Buster, I was gonna say you'd probably if it's gonna be an actual like vinyl type situation or something that's kind of delicate, you'd probably be fine with wrapping it in bubble wrap and putting it in a just like blister pack envelope, shipping it.
Yeah.
And you could probably, if you wanted to make your own package, you could do what a lot of Safubi artists do, and where you're just getting like the plastic bags you buy from some random place online that you could find for cheap, and then printing out your own little cardboard bits and folding it over and stapling.
Yeah, like shipping, like it's more just about like having to go to the post office and just like figuring out time to do that. That's what I'm most worried about.
Who up posting the office?
I'm always saying that.
But like just I wish we had money so we can do things we want to do.
Yeah, one day.
Because like I'm looking right at the little slug I bought from you, Cody, all those years ago, and I'm just going like, damn! Imagine if Cody could just make a bunch of little creatures and resin print just like lines of them and have his own independent toy to just build up shit, you know.
I think that's gonna be the smartest way to. I think that's like the only way is to self do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
because like
there's that like 3D printing really is the way to go now because I think the age of kickstarting a toy line is starting to come to an end.
I never really thought of kickstarting anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of like I don't want to say you wouldn't make big high end articulation guys, but you like making little goofy guys, and there's not enough goofy guys out there in the world.
No, you're right. You're right. It's me.
We need silly little fellows.
That's got to be a T that I want to raise. There's not enough goofy guys out there in the world.
But I mean, like, here's the thing: if you start doing all that, I would market the fuck out of them. Hey, every one of my streams would be sponsored by Cody Burke Toy Company.
God. Oh, geez.
Damn, if I get this like vinyl idea off the ground, maybe.
I mean, here's the thing, Buster. The minute you say go, I will fucking say this stream is sponsored by Buster. The fucking show. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry.
Victory Buster. Yeah. Well, again, we have episodes out. It's just like I need to. I'm still working on shit.
Again, as I say, the minute you say go.
Yeah.
Also, I saw you fucking writing shit, Sim. The minute you have a book, it's fucking being marketed.
That probably won't be for at least another 2 years. I'm just going to tell you right now.
No, channel your inner Simeon King.
King.
However,
I heard what I wanted.
I am like 90% sure you guys are just going to be my beta readers. Like, there's no one else who I trust that much to look at my shit.
I need to tell you my Stephen King-esque horror story I have that I don't want to write for myself.
I'm sorry, we got to readjust, or we have to readdress the fact that you could be a like shitty smut writer, Stephen King.
I mean, I have ideas along that lines, but that's not like the only ideas. And I will give you guys content warnings if you don't want to read the shit I write. Like, it's fine.
Are you fucking
Okay.
space babes, whatever that
I'm
one
saying
is?
I will go to you fuckers first.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, I'm getting a big, fancy new V2
Boner?
model from Hatch. I'm
Oh,
also getting a big boner.
that's new.
Oh no, it's been in the works for a little bit.
Well, you didn't tell us until now.
No, he told me like a couple weeks ago, so I thought you knew already.
I didn't-
Okay. No, it may have been like you weren't in the call
thought
yet.
I think you.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you announced it to everybody.
Yeah.
I
No.
wasn't. I don't think I was there.
No, I was actually talking to Hatch, kind of
Was
nailing
that
down
live?
the exact like list of things I want and pricing, because Hatch sent me a thing of like hey, this is how much the last big model I did, which was $950.
Man,
But
I
Hatch is also letting me
with,
do it in payment plans, so like
Oh, that's beautiful.
I want to hang out with the pals again. We need to do some more guest episodes this fall.
yeah,
I have a couple ideas. I'm just waiting for people to be free.
that's fair. No, a lot of big
Also, I
things
guess
we want to
that's
do.
Yeah, and that makes me realize I was gonna wait until it's closer to the end of the year to say this, but Cody, I have been thinking about, now that I'm back on the channel, if we should do a top 10 this year. And I'm thinking it might be a better idea to just do like a general discussion of how collecting went for us this year, rather than like these were the best things.
Don't structure
Yeah,
it. Just let's let it flow.
Yeah, like our old video game episode we did in 2023.
But like I said,
I don't
that when we
mind
get
the
closer to the
structure.
thing.
I will say that the thing I liked the most was well, that's not the I definitely enjoyed thinking about putting it into a type of tier list. But maybe we could do a top 3 and then general. Like,
Yeah, we could just do like a favorite figures segment.
yeah, like here's some of the best ones, and if I had to say skibbity bop, riz my balls on
Oh my god, Cody's
Something
being
like that.
taken over by the Rizzler.
The Rizzler is back.
The printing on this Lego book don't really show me what I need.
Damn.
All right. We got a lot of we got a lot of pre.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus.
I am now
save
3
this
sips
man.
into my second beer, so you are correct.
All right, we'll just start the show.